mystery scratching the surface. Ooh, it's Troy.
Arcantos, by the gods! I did not expect Mother Atlantis would send her best admiral to fight for me.
Hello, Agamemnon.
Gracious words, King Agamemnon.
Oh, you named
And
him.
look at this. Ajax, I'm surprised to see you still drawing breath.
These Trojan dogs keep trying, my friend. Good to see you again. Who did you upset to get sent so far from home?
Well, someone had to come and help you put an end to this.
Ah.
Helen is held behind their walls, and we've had little luck breaking through.
We are about to change that. You have arrived in time for our final push, Arcantos. Get your men ashore. You can make your camp to the east, but be careful. The Trojans have some scouts in that area. When you are done, we will start preparations for our
If you know that the Trojans are there, why didn't you just, like, kill the scouts? Fools. Okay, so we've got a few little troops here. Like Agamemnon's little camp, it seems incredibly deserted. Incidentally, in the Iliad, which was the story of the Siege of Troy, written by Homer, or not really written, but said by Homer, a long story, there were actually two Ajaxes who fought in the battle. There was Ajax the Greater and Ajax the Lesser, which must have been pretty unpleasant for Ajax the Lesser. So, Ajax the Greater was generally thought to be the one who's king of Ithaca, which is who this little Ajax here is meant to represent, as we can see. Not Ithaca, Salome, sorry, Salome, no, Odysseus was king of Ithaca, I think. Yeah, son of the king of Salamis, yada 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 yada, became king later on, blah blah blah. Right. Build a town centre. Right, sure thing. Okay, you guys wait there. Villagers, let's get a nice little town centre. Oh, that's going to take a while. You guys have a little scout over here. And we'll get a law stone just to get some animals over to there. And here's a little bit of Troy up here. Troy worship Hades in this for some reason, when really they should be technically worshipping Poseidon, given it's Poseidon and Apollo who built the walls of Troy. So, yeah. To make sense, they should be worshipping Poseidon, but the developers probably didn't want them to be doing that since Arcantos worships Poseidon. Oh, that's good. You all actually split up nicely. Ships? Oh no! Oh dear. Ah, that's no problem. Ah, nor is that. We'll be fine. So yeah, that's probably why they didn't have the Trojans worshipping Poseidon, even though again they should have been technically. Righty ho. Actually, was Poseidon hostile to them because they didn't thank him for helping them build the walls of the city? I don't remember. You guys wait back here. My mythology is a little rusty. Everything that I'm spouting is just coming from memory, so some of it might be wrong, and if so, I apologise. Blimey, that guy's nearly dead. Right. Actually no, I'll send these guys to scout up the road while we get some villagers here to keep working on stuff. So let's give ourselves a little temple down, put it down there. Bit of gold, bit of road. Heading this way. Join him. Uh-oh. A bear! That's not very pleasant. Well, this is simple enough. Along we go. Is this it? Is this really the defense? I mean, I know it's only level 3, but you think they'd have some better defenses on their walls at least. It seems like on their harpers, it seems a little puny, to be honest. There we are. You guys just pummel that. You join in with food, you join in with the gold. You guys clobber these dudes. And then go for that. Fortunately, hoplites are reasonably strong against buildings. They're good against cavalry and buildings, really. And these guys are heavies as well, so they should make pretty short work of that town centre. I say pretty short work. Not really that short work, actually. I might need to pull them back and send reinforcements later, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think we've got anything really to worry about here. I'll go centaurs this time. Cyclopses are Cyclopes, whatever the hell they are better for bashing stuff, but I went with them last time. And I'll try and pick every minor god so everybody can have a good look at all the various things. There you are. Oh no, Arcantos, you're gonna go!
A hero has
Oh
fallen.
no, thank you Athena for pointing that out. Athena, who is sort of the spokesperson of this game, like, while in game, has a very interesting creation story. The story goes that Zeus had a splitting headache one day, absolutely awful pounding headache, so he went to Apollo, who is the god of, among other things, healing. He's also the god of foresight and athletics and sort of athletes and things. So he went to Apollo, being the healer god, not to be confused with Asclepios, who was a more minor healer god, who I believe was a snake, but I'm not certain on that. So he went to Apollo and said, Apollo, I have this awful, awful headache. It's really bad. Can you help me at all? And Apollo had a look at him and was like, oh, I'm sorry, Zeus, there's not much I can do. And Zeus said, okay, then what can you recommend? And Apollo said, well, I recommend you go and speak to Hephaestus. And so, oh, blimey. Fine, we'll come back later. Ajax, you just get Arcantus up again. That's it, we'll just come back for you later. Town centre. And so Apollo said, I recommend you go to Hephaestus. And Zeus sort of said, Hephaestus, you mean the smith? And he says, yes, the smith. And Zeus said, alright then, let's go to Hephaestus. So they went to Hephaestus, and Zeus said, Hephaestus, I got this terrible, terrible headache going on. Is there anything you can do to help me? And Hephaestus said, well, I can hit you on the head with my hammer. And Zeus, because, you know, apparently logic didn't exist back in those days, went, yeah, sure, hit me on the head with your hammer to get rid of my headache. So that's what happened. Hephaestus hit him on the head with his hammer, which then split open Zeus's head, split it clean open, and out of Zeus's head came a fully grown, fully armoured Athena, complete with weapons, armour and everything. And that's how she was born. Which is, you know, according to myth, which is just, like, hilarious and bizarre, but it is by no means the most bizarre Greek myth. Not by far. For example, Dionysus was born... Zeus knocked up his mother, who was immortal, because Zeus does that kind of stuff all the freaking time. And let's build some walls here to get some protection. And this woman was shamed by like everyone in her city, and she said, "But it's not just a baby; it's Zeus's baby." And everyone was like, "Yeah, pull the other one, you slut." And I assume whatever the ancient Greek equivalent of a slut was. And so nobody believed her, and she said to Zeus, because maybe he gave her his number or something. She said to Zeus, "Nobody believes me. They think I'm a terrible person. Can you please just, tell them that it was you?" And he said, "No, that's not happening. If my wife finds out, she'll kill me, basically." And she said, "Okay, well, to be sure it's you, can I have a look at you?" And Zeus, to be fair to him, warned her, "That's not wise, because mortals can't look on me in my actual godly form, because I'll explode." And she said, "No, I'll be fine." So he turned himself into his normal godly form, and she exploded, as per his warning. So he, feeling a little understandably guilty about the whole thing, jerks. Quick, villagers, quick, that's not finished yet, is it? No. Get him, jerks. No, get him, anti-jerks. Like what's left of you. Quick, get inside, run! Get inside. There we go. It's fine, Ajax and Arcantos will finish that lot up. Anyway, yes, so Zeus, feeling a little guilty about the whole thing. Got another tower there anyway, so that's alright. He took the unborn baby of Dionysus, stitched it into his thigh, and then 9 months later gave birth to Dionysus from his thigh. So, yeah. That's more in the realms of weird Greek myths. But, yeah, it's an absolutely wonderful, just treasure trove of utter bizarreness. Just like ridiculous things that you read them or hear about them and you're like, well, what were you guys on? Seriously, it makes Christianity seem so boring by comparison. Yeah, so lots of the pantheons of this sort of in this game have very interesting myths, but I think the Greeks were by far the most bonkers. Which I'm not, complaining about or anything. It's very entertaining stuff. And it means you're never bored when you're reading about them, because, well, as previously stated, they're insane. Don't worry, villager, those towers will get him. Right, okay, so the camp's coming along nicely here in the midst of all my ramblings. We've got one Toxote left in these two heroes. We'll just get some more defences up around, I think. How's that goat coming along? Nearly finished. Right. So that's it. You guys get all that. We really need some more food, though. Wall along there, and then another wall along there. I'm aware as well that my guys like chopping through my cover, but I can just wall it up if they get through it before I finish the level, so it's fine. Right, let's get a few farms up. There we are. A few little farms going. Very nice. See what I said last time about the villagers being idiots with walls? They always go for the last wall that you place, and even then they don't necessarily build the whole thing. They've got very bizarre AI in terms of walls, I have to say. They're fine with every other building, they will do them in the order that you tell them, but walls it's just like, no. No, 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 no. Dear oh dear oh dear. Right, just build all those up, that's it. Let's get ourselves... Okay, we're getting food now, more food at least. I'll put a couple of towers up here as well. Don't have enough wood for that. You know what, let's get a few more villagers. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 2 more on each resource at the moment. Come on, gather food faster. Ah, we can also get a dock and get some fishing ships, I guess. Oh, you didn't even finish the wall, oh my god. You guys suck. You start on... Well, start on that deer first and then move on to the sheep. It's a gazelle. I meant gazelle, I said deer, but I meant gazelle. I didn't really, I thought it was a deer. But don't tell them or they'll have absolutely no faith in my rule. Come on, there we go. Stick another tower there. And there. Put you on wood. And your next chum on wood as well. Town centre. We got still damaged. Okay, I'll start on some troops soon as well. Just some guys to go and beat up that town centre and finish the job. That's all I need really. I'm putting a lot more time into this than I need because I'm aware that if I just went flat out, these early levels would each be like, it'd take me like 5 minutes, and that wouldn't be very entertaining for anybody to watch. And this also gives me time to talk about rubbish as well, and I like talking about rubbish. All of my friends in real life, you know, not internet life, have disowned me for my constant talking of rubbish. So it's nice to be able to talk rubbish and know that people can turn it off at any time, basically, because my friends couldn't turn me off. They try odd things, throw me out of a tower, drop me in the sea, none of it worked. I was as hard to kill as, well, I don't know, a really hard to kill person. That's where my knowledge of myths would... Achilles! I was as hard to kill as Achilles, that'll do it. Yeah, that's rubbish, of course, I'm talking rubbish. I can't believe it took me that long to think of Achilles as being somebody who was hard to kill. That's something I should have known on the fly. Never mind. Right, you guys, what's going on? Aha, we got too many towers for you to worry about. Get a couple more farms up. Actually, you start on these goats, just because they need gutting, I guess. So, right. Let's get us a few... Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. Let's get us a few hoplites up here. And get some armory as well. There we are. You guys get back inside, and we're going to send out the hoplites any second, just as soon as they've all trained. Which, unfortunately, since I'm in the classical age and haven't got any of the upgrades for training speed, will be ages. However, we do have heavy hoplites, so that's a nice time saver. Oh, yes, we've got... I forgot about this. There's spotlights in every level with the campaign, which just sort of talk about a unit or a game mechanic or something like that. They're normally quite good, but me clicking on one every single level might prove a bit tedious. Right. Okie dokie. Right, I guess we're just waiting for those hoplites to train. Okay. Right, I'll send them down to get this town centre while I'm waiting. There we go. Oh, yeah. How much health has it got left? Oh, not much at all. We'll flatten that thing pretty soon. Make a couple of centaurs as well, just because I'd like you to see them, really. Houses. Forgot about houses. Fairly important stuff. Now, I normally build gates in the centre, but that one's on the road, so I thought, well, I have to kind of build the gate on the road there. It just doesn't feel right otherwise. Start by building a couple of houses here. Whenever I build houses near to gates, I always like to think that they're the houses of the gatekeepers, and like of the guards who'd be in those towers. It's just, you know, it's unnecessary, but I like it. There we are, so now we have a couple of centaurs, so I'm just upgrading to centaur pole marches. Pole march? Yeah, centaur pole marches, which are faster and have more hit points. Oh my god, I've been asking around for so long that Troy has advanced. Yipes. Again, they really should have advanced from Apollo, not Aphrodite, but never mind. Because Apollo and Poseidon, as I think I mentioned before, actually, as gods, helped build the walls of Troy. So, yeah, that's why they really should be worshipping Poseidon. And why in the film Troy, they do worship Apollo, which is just about the only thing the film Troy actually got right. Now, I know that it's sort of Hollywoodified to make it good, and it's still a great film. I enjoy the film, but I'm just there watching every time going, well, that's wrong, that's ludicrous, that's not right, oh, come on, guys. But, yeah, I'm a terrible person to watch films with, especially mythological / historical films. Though it's not as bad as the Disney animated version of Hercules, because that is wrong in so many ways. Not least because the architecture, the temples that they have are actually Roman temples, they're built in the style of Romans and not of Greeks, which is an awful travesty. It's, you know, of all the, you know, sod Disney for that, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. And, you know, that is the worst thing. I mean, you know, aside from the Pegasus thing, which is that Hercules had nothing to do with Pegasus, that was Bellerophon's thing. But yeah, those temples, absolutely awful, terrible attention to detail. And there's a reason people don't like watching things with me. It's because I never shut up, and I will always just sit there and point out things wrong. For example, a friend and I went to see The Hobbit a couple of months ago when it came out, and I'm a massive, massive Lord of the Rings fan, and so is he. We've both read The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and The Silmarillion, and I've started The Children of Hurin, but I haven't finished it yet. And so he knows the lore of the world and of Middle-earth and, you know, of Tolkien's writings as better than most people. He certainly knows it as well as me. He's the only person I know, probably, who knows it as well as me. And all the way through the film of The Hobbit, bearing in mind, we both knew the story of The Hobbit.
Trojan docks destroyed, Agamemnon's army can land.
Hooray! That's a pretty sizable army. Right, let's get those docks then. Oh, so Agamemnon forgot his spear, so he just pummels things with his fists, apparently. So yes, I'll just get him and his army over. We'll just send him over towards the other dock, and I'll send Arkantos and his army just behind them as well. Well, actually, they'll be just in front because of the siege weapons moving slowly. Anyway, where was I? Oh dear. Those accursed juggernauts destroying up Agamemnon's camp, the jerks. Oh boy. Actually, those are infantry, those are hoplites, we don't attack them with cavalry. That will end badly. There you are, attack these guys. That's more like it. Come on Ajax and Arkantos, kill it. Run, little centaur! Ah, little centaur is dead. There we are. Right, let's keep him going. So yes, my friend and I went to see The Hobbit. He knows it as well as I do. I used to have an audiobook of The Hobbit, which I listened to over and over again, and I've also read the book several times. I'll send them around the forest here. So I know the story in... Oh, hello, that's not the right way to go at all. That's the gate. That's the gate. So I know the story incredibly well, as does he. And the whole way through the film, which I've been waiting for years, by the way. I've been hoping for a Hobbit film since I was about 10. The whole way through the film, I just sat there, and I was whispering to him, oh, that's clever, oh, I like that. Different, but not bad. The whole way through. And, you know, which was terrible, because he knew it. He knew that it was different. I did not need to tell him. But he did reveal afterwards, when we were talking afterwards, that he'd just sort of been watching the film and been ignoring me the whole way. So he'd just been sort of nodding while enjoying the film, and I was like, that was probably very wise. Okay, well, Agamemnon's army can, I guess, attack the gate and then clear these guys out. Well, uh-oh, 2 colossi. You know what, Agamemnon? You better move your army this way. Let's do a ceasefire, just in case any enemies come out in the next minute. Ceasefire stops all combat, and it's a bit of a dick move in online games or sort of multiplayer games in general, because you can do a ceasefire, move your troops right into the enemy base, and then just they'll just stand there. The enemies can't do anything. They also can't build any offensive buildings like towers or fortresses that shoot arrows. And then once the ceasefire ends, your guys can just wreck all their stuff. Let's get those upgrades quickly. Right. Now, how am I going to do this? I'll go for the colossi first, I think. I mean, after I've gone for the walls, of course. Just wait for the Petroboli to attack the walls. Come on, they're walls. Hit them. Why can't I? Oh, I've put ceasefire on, haven't I? Of course I have. Idiot. So yeah, I ruin films. I just ruin everything that's, you know, got anything to do with anything I know about, because I have a compulsion to inform everybody of the things that I know. It's pretty annoying. Right, now, those Colossi are going to be a bit of a problem for our normal troops. That's going to be seen by the fact they just clobbered a bunch of them. Come on, bring the gate down. We need to actually kill those guys. Okay. Clobber that Colossi. Colossus singular. Right, there we go. That's it. Oh, bloody Agamemnon can't get through. Go on. Pummel it. Pummel it. You're a hero. You'll hurt it. It's a myth unit. You do extra damage. Come on, Ajax too. There we go. You guys go for that. So Ajax go for that one since, yeah. Arcantos has this dude. There we are. Colossi are some of the most powerful myth units in the game, which can be seen by the fact they just took apart my entire army. But never mind. Now we can just wait back here and let the Petroboli do their thing. Clobber. Easy, see? Ooh, that's going to take a while. So how about your local sports team? They're doing well, or not so well, or terribly, applicably. Yeah, I bet you're either happy or not bothered or unhappy about that. There we go. Right, just take those villagers out. And you guys very slowly make your way up to the dock. There we go. Bam. That's Ajax's special move for anybody who's seen stuff flying. He bashes things with his shield and sends them flying. Where are you guys going? Arcantos is, as I said, was he sort of does a cheer and, yeah, raise everybody's spirits like that. Thank you for helping, Arcantos. Agamemnon doesn't have one, because you only actually use him in this level, I think, so... Yep. Bam. Ajax's special attack is similar to the special attack of a hero in the expansion campaign, but for those who haven't seen it, I shan't spoil what happens yet. In that this guy has two swords, and he just sends stuff flying as well. But I think he... No, he can't do it to myth units, that's silly. There we go. Hooray! We're victorious! Hooray! And that's the end of that one. So, no after clip for this, because it's the Trojan War and there's quite a few of them here. So, I will see you all for level 4.